Good afternoon. Welcome to our Food for Thought segment. This is the sports betting top picks and plays. This is for the National Basketball Association for the NBA. This is player props. We're going to give one or two bets, sides, and totals. And this is for college basketball as well too. College basketball. This is for the 4 p.m. on and onward games going forward. The early games have already begun, so we can't get to those. It's too late. This will be for the 4 p.m. games going forward for college basketball. So I have a few plays on that. We're going to start off with the college basketball first for the 4 o'clock games. This is Bradley at Northern Iowa. This one, Northern Iowa minus 2 at home. They are favored, and totals 137.5. So I do like Northern Iowa on the money line. So we're going to go through that quickly. Northern Iowa on the money line. Colorado TCU. TCU minus 7 at home. Colorado 137.5. This one's gone all the way to 139. We are seeing some 138s. I'll still take the over. 138.5, 138. Take the over, and take it up to 139.5. So just shop around for the right number. Colorado TCU. This is at 4 p.m. college basketball. So you bet the over for 138 and bet it all the way up to 139. So shop around for those numbers and bet the over. And this next game is North Dakota State at St. Thomas. St. Thomas, Minnesota. St. Thomas, Minnesota's favored in this game. It's 2.5. The total is 153.5. St. Thomas on the money line. This St. Thomas on the money line. This is at 4 p.m. So St. Thomas at home versus North Dakota State. Next game, Seton Hall versus DePaul. 4.5 DePaul at home. Totals 135.5. It's gone up to 136.5. My take on this game is I don't trust. I know the lines moved up to 5, but I don't trust DePaul here. This is the first time DePaul's a favorite. You've never been a favorite at home. Normally they're an underdog. So I like Seton Hall. Seton Hall plus 5, 5.5. It's at plus 5 now. I take Seton Hall plus 5. That's my take on that game. Next, the final game for college basketball, Nebraska at Oregon. This is in Oregon. 6.5 was the opening number for Oregon. It's now at 7. 7.5s are popping up as well. I like the under 147, 147.5. I like the under. I know it's gone up by about 1.5, but I just find that the shooting. I know Oregon's been shooting the ball pretty well, Nebraska as well, but I think the shooting is gonna regress in this game, just because Nebraska's coming on the West Coast for a West Coast game in the Pacific Northwest. And that arena's not an easy arena to nail buckets and to hit buckets. It's not an easy place to play in terms of scoring. So I see that, and Oregon, the same thing. Oregon hasn't played at that arena in a while. It's been a couple of weeks since they've played there. So in my opinion, I believe this is going to go under the total, under 147.5. That's the way I see it. I know the market's reflecting otherwise and seeing 146 to 147.5 automatic over, but I see it the other way. I'm going to take the under 147.5 for me. That's my take for that particular college basketball game. Now we're going to turn our attention to the NBA. We're going to do the NBA props this morning on my Beat the Number. We give out some picks as well for that game. I do have some prop plays for this game as well. We're going to start off with Chicago and Detroit. Again, 5.5. It's 232 the total, and it's open up at 5. Now we're seeing 6 are coming across the board, and it's 234 right now. 233, 234. So I have a few actually, this game is going to start 3 p.m. I'm not sure if we're going to get there on time. I'll give out the play anyhow. I gave it out this morning. But I mentioned the over in this game, over 233.5, 234. So if you can catch this game on time while it starts, you can play that. That's my play on that game. The other game that I like, let's see here, because some of these games are going to start. I'll give them out. I'll give out the plays that, even though they may start before you guys see this video, I'll give them out, and then you can try and catch the games live, get them live online if you're betting live, and see if you can catch some of these props and plays. So for Chicago Detroit, let's look here for any props here. Chicago Detroit. Nothing on this game. Chicago Detroit, no props in place for this game. I'm not seeing anything here. Let me just double check if I see anything. Yeah, nothing on this game. No. The next game we do have a prop in a play. This is Dallas at Cleveland, -11 Cleveland, total 238.5. Right now we're seeing 13 on the board. 13s are coming up, 13.5s are coming up. This is Dallas at Cleveland. Total 236.5, 235. My play in this game, I like Cleveland 12.5 -13. After the trade, the big trade that everybody's talking about, 80 to Dallas for Luka Doncic, I feel that this particular trade that happened last night, and with Dallas playing today, I find that could be a bit of a distraction for Dallas. So I see why the number's moving in the direction that it is. So with that being said, and I like Cleveland. Cleveland, we mentioned this morning, they are playing back to their old self. They have. Yeah, I mentioned this game. I mentioned Cleveland to take the points, but I'll mention it again. It's okay. Yeah, they have covered and won 3 straight games. So I like them in this spot here. And I'm going to lean to the over. I wouldn't talk you off of not playing the over. I would lean to the over. Just because they're playing well at home. Up-tempo, fast pace. They're back to their old self, basically, Cleveland, the way they were before. So I like -12.5, 13. And take the over. Yeah, go with the over 236.5. So I definitely would take that. Next game, Clippers at Toronto. Oh, gotta get a prop for you guys. Sorry, I gotta get you a prop. Best prop on the board for this game, Darius Garland. 20 plus points and 6 assists. That's the prop to take. Darius Garland's an all-star, named to the all-star team on Thursday night. And there's good reason for that too. Last 10 games, he's scoring over. He's averaging a little over 24 points a game and 7 assists. So he's been the general controlling the offense. Basically, the general in the offense, controlling the offense, distributing the ball. So he's doing it all, basically, Garland. So I like Garland here in this spot. This is a very, very good spot here. Garland, 20 plus points and 6 assists. I like that. That's points and assists. Over that number. I like that. Like that one a lot. Let me just get let me get an accurate number here for you guys. Let me see if it's moved actually. Let me check that out for you guys. Get an accurate number for this points and assists, because it's a very good number. But let me just get a better number here. See if I see anything better for Darius Garland. It's the best prop for this game, in my opinion. So Darius Garland, we'll look at that now. Cleveland, Dallas. Like I said, if you catch this video late and you're not catching it on time, see if you can get it live. Do a live bet and see if you can catch it live. That number, catch it live and see what you can get out of that. Let's see, Cleveland, Dallas. All right, so we'll go to Darius Garland. All right, so points and assists. I'm sorry, yeah, points and so points and assists. 29 and a half. I'd still take it. It's still worth it. 29 and a half points and assists. I'd still take it. 29 and a half points and assists. I'd still take it. I would still take it. I would even hesitate. So if you bet the game live and you miss this game and you jump in live and you see that and you look for the Darius Garland points and assists and see if you can catch it. I definitely jump on that for sure. Next game we're going to look at, and again I do apologize for giving you this. If you're catching it late, I do apologize, but that's what I would do here in this case. Next one here is Clippers in Toronto. So this one here, Clippers -6 opened up, total 223.5. It's now gone down all the way to. It's gone down to 5. Gone all the way down to 5. Drop to 5. This is an interesting move. Let's look at it here. Yeah, this one's dropped all the way down to 5. This is interesting. Let's look here. I have to dive deeper into this one. Yeah, this one's come down. Yeah, so for this game here, I think I mentioned the play this morning. I liked the Raptors, but I mentioned it at when it was at 4.5. I like Toronto here 4.5. I mentioned that this morning. So again, if you're catching the game late and you're watching it live, try and get Toronto. I would take Toronto here, and the points. If you're trying to catch it live, that's what I would do. Let me just look into one other thing as well. Look for a prop for you guys, see if I see anything. Yeah, I take Toronto plus to 5. I would do that. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Yeah. And for the total, no play on the total. The total's going to be a pass. Nothing there at all. Although I would lean, if I had to do it, I would lean to the under, because the Raptors, surprisingly, this used to be an over team, but now Toronto's more of an under team. So they're playing some defense. They're playing defense. So I would take the under. In my opinion, I would go with the under. It's right now let's see here. Yeah, it's 219.5. Yeah, it's 219.5 here now. Yeah, it's come down 219. I would take the under. Yeah, I would bet the under here. Under 219.5. After playing some good defense, they have length and they have the length. Good length with Boucher, Kelly Olynyk. I like the under here. Under 219, and then I like the Raptors plus 5. Now there are some 5.5s on this one, so if you get the 5.5, take the 5.5, take plus 5.5 Toronto, even better. So if you see a 5.5, take it. If you see it live when you're betting the game live, and you see that 5.5 or 6.5, grab the Raptors. I'll take Toronto. Definitely take Toronto here. Now in terms of the prop, let's see here. The best one on the board, Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes over 7.5 rebounds. He is averaging 8.1 rebounds per game. In his past 7 games, he's pretty much cleared 7 to 8 boards a game. So he's pretty much there. He's pretty much there to clear this to get over 7.5 tonight. So right now, he has shown consistency. I know in Chicago, he lost the rebounding battle in Chicago, and that's why the Bulls were able to prevail and win on Friday. And I predict he's going to have a better response today. The reason why is because the Clippers are adjusting to the Eastern time zone difference. They're coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. And remember, so for that reason, I like Scotty Barnes here to basically play with an attitude and have some sort of edge on the boards. So I look at this as a bounce back spot for Scotty Barnes over 7.5 rebounds. That's the best play for this game in my opinion. I like that. For the next game, Boston and Philadelphia. This is one of my top plays of the day. Actually, one of the top plays that I like. One of the main ones I like here. Boston, Philadelphia. I gave the total up this morning. It's -9, total 222. Right now we're seeing 224.5. 225 right now. So I gave the over out. I said 222, 22.5 this morning. Actually, I would play this to. I would still take the over. I'd play to 224.5, 225. I'd still play the over at this rate. I'll definitely still play it. And I like, I like the over in this one here. For the side, I have nothing on the side. I just like the over in this game. Let me see here. So a player prop. This one is very good. Tyrese Maxey over 41.5 points and rebounds and assists. First 20 games of the season, he averaged 25 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Last 20 games, everything's gone up. His points have gone up to 29 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Last 9 games, he's been sensational. Maxey. He's averaging 33 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists for 44 points, rebounds, and assists. So, with that being said, I expect him to get major heavy minutes. He'll have the ball a lot in his hands. He's going to do a lot of the scoring, rebounding, and facilitating because Paul George is out. Embiid's out, so I expect Maxey to get a bulk of the load against Boston and to work his magic. So I like this one over 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Tyrese Maxey. That's the prop of the day here for Boston at Philadelphia. Then the final game we're going to look at, Memphis at Milwaukee. I have a play on this one as well. This one here opened up 4.5, total 241. Right now it's at 247.5. And right now we're seeing 3.5. I gave it a 3.5 Memphis this morning. I would still play this down to 3. I'm seeing some 3s on the board. I'd still take Memphis plus 3. Memphis has dominated Milwaukee. They have their number. And I like plus 3 Memphis. I like them here a lot. As far as the total, 247. I'd still go with the over 247. I like it. And better yet, I wouldn't talk you of a first half. Let's see what the first half is. That's another play too. Yeah, I like the 246, and I like the over in this one. And like I said, first half. Let's see. First half total. Yeah, I'd take over. If you like the first half total, over 120.5 in the first half. So first half over 120.5. Memphis, Milwaukee, 246.5 to the over. And I like Memphis here plus 3. Shop around if you if you still see a 3.5, take the 3.5. But I'm seeing 3, so take plus 3. Either way, I like Memphis and the over. All right, so that's it. That does it here for the NBA. This is for the NBA and college basketball altogether. This is a condensed shorter version of the show. Again, thank you very much for joining me. If you favor follow, I still hope you cash your tickets, but it is up to you. I just choose the plays and picks that I like, that I see. But again, I hope you cash your tickets, whatever you do. Good luck to you guys. Stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. And let's hit some winners and cash those tickets. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. So you're able to get more plays, picks, plays, and props on the NBA and college basketball all year long. Peace, take care, and don't forget, tomorrow we got another edition of Beat the Number, our NBA morning edition. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Take care, have a good one.